going to be playing this Bant Reclamation deck. It's basically a Bant control deck, just using Wilderness Reclamation to be able to manipulate, being able to tap out for spells like Teferi, being able to cast multiple Chemist's Insights to kind of get an advantage, cast Sorcery Speed Wrath like Cleansing Nova, and being able to do that. Growth Spiral, Frilled Mystic, Wilderness Reclamation, Hydrocrast is a really good engine, and the white cards are all really good, really controlling. Sideboard gives us plenty of options against aggro and control as well. So yeah, let's see how we get on with this. I was running a little bit offline last night, and it seems to be pretty good, so let's see how we get on. Need to do some offline stuff at some point. Finally managed to get around to starting to build up a PC Part Picker account. So I've been trying to build that up over the course of the day, trying to figure out what I've actually got, so I can figure out what I actually need to upgrade, because my computer's a little bit old anyway. So this is just 2 mana heavy. I'm not doing anything till turn 4, so really want some earlier plays than that. This hand's awkward, but I just want to find lands with this one. Kind of green source now. This growth spiral is going to be pretty good. So okay, we've got some Thought Erasure redundancy, which is nice. Okay, taking away Reclamation. Didn't hit an untapped land, so we may get a little bit run over here, but we'll see how we get on. No land there. Hopefully they're tapping out for something so we can syncopate it. This always makes me wish I'd kept the 5-lander, but wouldn't have beaten any kind of aggro deck with the hand we had. So, oh, well, Breeding Pool's a start. Now we get to cycle this Growth Spiral. Hopefully we hit another land, which we do. We don't have mana for Frilled Mystic yet, but we're certainly approaching critical mass. I think I'm just supposed to cast this. I think I'm definitely supposed to trade the discarding a card for a counterspell there. Like, our hand's pretty weak anyway, so sure. Good evening to everyone. Hope you're having a wonderful evening wherever you are tuning in from. Should be live for at least a couple hours here tonight. We'll see how we get on. If we exceed in my expectations of numbers, then we might stay on a bit longer, but I'm certainly looking to do at least a couple of hours. Should be able to do a couple of long streams at the weekend, depending how the rest of the weekend shakes up, so we'll see how that goes. Just need to start getting to the point of getting more of you guys tuned in. Certainly no excuse for not having you, for not streaming more. This format's great, so let's go to Spiral, see if we can't hit some more lands. Excellent. Still not hit the double green to cast these Frilled Mystics, which is kind of awkward, but yeah, our hand's still fine. Like, they've not applied any kind of pressure yet, so we've got plenty of time. We've also not drawn any Chemist's Insights yet, so finding them would be good. Well, finding a Hinterland Harbour is great. What have I got in my graveyard of any kind of interest? A Growth Spiral. Sure. Just don't think this actually matters at all. Sure, they don't even want to cast it. This is going to take a fair while. We're going to be in this match for a while, I think. They just don't have a whole lot going on, and nor do we. Let's see if we can land drop. They've obviously got a million cards, but I really just want to find some lands. And this is why Wilderness Reclamation's in this deck, because we've got a lot of really nice tap-out threats, like the Hydroid Crassus, but we want to be able to find... be able to cast these counter spells on their turn. Yeah, he dead. We knew he was dead. I'm going to discard this Syncopate. I don't think it's got a whole lot of value here. They've already got a lot of land. Be interesting to see if they tap out for some kind of other threat. Having now found the Angel of Grace, it does mean we get to play a slightly different dimension here, where we can potentially flash this threat in their turn, which would be pretty good. I'm just going to start jamming Teferis now that I've got 3. Yeah, that's fine. We're just going to burn through the counter spells they've got. Game 1, we're pretty weak to counter spells. They've already gone through a negate and a sabotage, so they've probably got at least another 3 sabotages going on there somewhere. Good evening, Stefanos. How are you? Take 2 here. Seal Away is kind of nice. Just gonna cast it. Takes this pressure off, even though it's not a whole lot of pressure. Just in case they've got something nasty, let's just keep our life total slightly higher than otherwise would be. We still have the option of countering spells and flashing in angels, so still got plenty of options. Work treating you rough. Yeah, it's interesting. I've been trying various different versions of this kind of deck over the last 2 or 3 weeks, with varying success. This one seems to be slightly better. I'm just going to try and jam these Frilled Mystics now. I need to get them down at some point, so feels like a reasonable time to try and get the first one down. Because realistically, we're not really fighting over anything that matters. We still don't have any relevant instants or sorceries in our graveyard, so... And they're going to use removal spells on my Frilled Mystics, which is fine, so... We get a 2-for-1 there. This game's, generally speaking, going to come down to 2-for-1s, so... finally drawing a Chemist's Insight's pretty good. I'm going to cast the Teferi here. We should be able to land it through Absorb as well. which they knew about, so we should at least get to activate Teferi at least once. They've already gone through a couple of Bedevils, so I'm not sure how many answers they're actually going to have to Teferi, if they're necessarily running Vraska's Contempt or not. I haven't seen the Simic Flash deck. I've seen a lot of different decks, but I don't think I've seen specifically a Simic one. Okay. The Eldest Reborn, that's a nice one. Okay. Guess we're just jamming another Teferi and playing a Frilled Mystic. I'm going to discard the Cleansing Nova here. As much as it'd be kind of nice to deal with Eldest Reborn, I just don't think it's that relevant. Nicol Bolas. Sure. Discard a Chemist's Insight. Can flash that back later. Angrath. Stop taking cards away from me. Oh, you're just going to bop Teferi on the nose? It's kind of a nice play, because it means I can't deal with Eldest Reborn. Monk of an Eye is an interesting one. Right, let's start with Teferi up, because we can't do anything else with that one. Let's kick, bounce this Eldest Reborn. Let's... How many Hydroid crosses have we gone through? 1. I feel like I want to save this to kind of load back up again. No, I'm just going to play this Breeding Pool tapped. And then I'm going to flash in this Angel of Grace and end of their turn. I miscounted my mana. I definitely should have shocked for that, so I could potentially flash back Chemist's Insight there. Again, don't really care about this Cleansing Nova. They may have a counter here, but we need to play into this anyway, so that's fine. I mean, that's now them through all their Sinister Sabotages, or just 3. Fair chunk of them anyway. Seal Away is a great draw there. Take that thing off the table, and then we'll play this for, what's that, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9? No, 7. I can count, I don't know what you mean. Just gonna discard the Settle the Wreckage Sheet. We're gonna discard both anyway, so it's fine. That's pretty bad for us. Yup. Yikes. I kind of need to find something now. I don't know what that something is, but let's go digging. Let's go digging again. That's not it. So let's move on. It's good to know they've got these Eldest Reborns, because we've got nice answers to those in the sideboard. So we get to bring in these Night of Autumns, we get to bring in Negates, get to bring in Disdainful Strokes, get to bring in the Crushing Canopies. This is good against Nicol Bolas and against Eldritch Reborn. Don't think we want anything else. Seal Away is not very good. Don't really want any of these Wraths. Like, we've got answers in Crushing Canopy and our counter spells, so we don't really need those. Chroniker, thanks for the follow. Right, what else we going? Let's... Kind of just don't want these angels in at all. Yeah, let's run with this. See how we get on. I've completely forgotten to post on Twitter, so let's do that. On the play, this hand's fine. Slightly awkward to have another green source, but knowing the matchup, I would certainly like to have Memorial. Disdainful Stroke's going to be a good answer later on. And we're just getting duressed. Okay, Disdainful Stroke goes away, but everything else is not going to go anywhere. Second green source for this Frilled Mystic's going to be good. They might just want to take away this Frilled Mystic if they've got a Thought Erasure. That's fine. We'll just rip gas off the top. Let's see. What have you got, opponent? Give me something to counter. Nope. Yes, you did take the other one of those, just for reference. Holy, that's a lot of land. You got it. Why have you left Lava Coil in? Why have you left Lava Coil in against me? Well, I'm going to leave up the Frilled Mystic to be able to counter something or activate the Memorial this turn. I feel like it's relevant to be able to... yeah, I really don't want this thing resolving. We don't have a whole lot of good answers to this after board, seeing as we've taken out our exile effects. Let's pop that bad boy in tapped. Bop you on the nose. I don't have an answer to that one. Let's draw a couple cards. See what we're working with. See if it gives us a bit more information for our discard. Yeah, I want a shock for this. It doesn't matter too much in this matchup, but I want to be able to Chemist's Insight and absorb. Karn. Really don't want you having a Karn. You got a negate? If we're negating that, I'm okay with that exchange, I think. Yeah, I think I'm okay with that. Hopefully this insight finds us a Hydroid Crassus and a land would be pretty good. Oh, well, they get a couple of lands. Means they get to flip the Nicol Bolas if they want. Let's see what we find. It's fine. We'll just we have to let them untap with this. We don't have any kind of answers to it, but we do have our Wilderness Reclamation going, and we've got a couple of Chemist's Insights, so hopefully can make something happen from here. What What are you working with your Karn? You can have a land. Really rather you didn't have another counter spell. Right, so this flips. It's just going to draw 2 cards. That's all it does, right? It's either that or gets a Phoenix back. Gets Phoenix back is pretty good for us because then we get to Teferi, tuck the Phoenix, and kill the Nicol Bolas. Boundless power. Okay, this works out really nicely for us. And we just get to cast the other one of these. And I'm just going to ditch the Knight here, I think. Right, so we get to Teferi. Tuck this one. We'll just Reclamation. I don't want to cast any of these spells this turn, so let's just take out Nicol Bolas. Then we get to untap, and we've got infinite mana for Syncopate, so it's a bit annoying we don't have anything to manipulate these Wilderness Reclamations this turn, but I think that's okay. Don't think we necessarily need Ixalan's Binding. I think we've got enough answers. We tend to be quite threat dense, so we tend to answering their stuff with more threats. Let's syncopate that for 5. Make that one go away. We've got a fair chunk of mana to be able to make a big Hydroid Crassus this turn. Try and dig in some more stuff. Got a Sabotage now. That was some strange sequencing, but hey ho. So we are gonna make it for 7. You got it. Don't really care about the 7/7. I want my 3 cards. So let's whack Karn in the face. We want to do Teferi first. Teferi's going to untap 2 lands, then we're going to Growth Spiral, and then we get to untap everything. So it just gives us access to more mana. So chuck this Temple Garden in. Then our lands are going to untap. Going to cast a Chemist's Insight. This just digs us through so much of our deck here. We get to find a lot of stuff, so yeah, there we go. There's our other Hydroid Crassus, or Crassi, however you want to pronounce that. And now we've got a negate up as well, so if they have like a creature-based threat, then that could be slightly problematic for us, but otherwise we're in pretty good shape. We know they're drawing a Kindling Phoenix next turn, or it's going away with Karn, which is pretty good. So don't think I care about them having the Phoenix here. Like, I'm just going to make bigger Hydroid Crassus, so... And my things are going to trample, so... And you're shocking. Sure. You can have a Steam Vents. Angrath, no. No, no, no. Alright. Start with upping the Teferi. Crushing Canopy is a good one. So we've got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So let's cross this for 10. We're just going face now. Don't really care about the Karn. I don't think they've got any outs here, so we're gonna go with the Teferi untap first again. We're gonna get to Growth Spiral. Chuck another land in. May as well just do this. If we do this, it just keeps them off of mana. don't think we care at this point, so let's just hold up all the counter spells. Like, if this thing lives, like, they lose, so that's all we care about here. Negate that one. We don't care about that one. You got one more land. What else you got? You need someone else? Okay, they saw the onboard lethal. That works. Yeah, I don't think we want to change anything. I think we've definitely boarded in the right way, so I think we're good. This hand's going to be pretty good. Like, turn 2 Growth Spiral on the draw is going to be pretty good. We've got a negate to back it up as well. Knight of Autumn to be able to either pressure them or kill an Eldritch Reborn. Hopefully they draw some lands to be able to ramp into Frilled Mystic and Chemist's Insight. This is just about how we drew it up every single time, so we'll keep this one. Thought Erasure. That one's slightly rude, but I'm sure we will cope. I'm not sure what they'll take here. I'd imagine it'll either be Growth Spiral or Negate, because they're the kind of most unique effects, but they might well take the Frilled Mystic, just to make sure they don't get 2-for-1'd. Like, this is a battle of card advantage, essentially, in this matchup. Yeah, so they're taking the Frilled Mystic. Drawing a Teferi there is excellent, especially when they don't know about it now. Growth Spiral. Find a land, play a land. Play another land. This Chemist's Insight is going to find us even more land, which is great. I think I'm just going to let this resolve. As much as I know they're going to take Teferi, I think I just want to be able to Chemist's Insight this turn when they've missed a land. So yeah, this is going to be pretty good. So let's Chemist's Insight. Okay, there's our land drops. There's a Hydroid Crassus for next turn. I don't think I need this Knight of Autumn here at the moment. This Crushing Canopy is going to do a similar job, so... let's play Sun Petal Grove. Let's play this for 4. Keeps us up on cards. Does mean that they can cast a non-creature, but I'm okay with that. Yep, this is fine. Like, they need to take this other Hydroid Crassus, and we're just going to start hitting them with Hydroid Crassus and a big Knight of Autumn, so... in pretty good shape. Pretty good shape. I think they've just missed too many land drops here now as well. Like, we're going to be up to 7 lands. Like, yes, we've ramped by 1, but... that's a great draw. So this is just going to make a 4-3. This one. This one. Smack you in the face. Crushing Canopy gets to deal with their creature. They're mostly going to be creatures at this point, and we found a Frilled Mystic, so... yep, we got there on that one. Yeah, that was good. Right, let's take a quick screen grab of this for Twitter. stuff in places. Right, let's continue. Now that I've done a little bit of social media, let's crack on. Hopefully can get the numbers up for tonight. Really need to try and push toward hitting the old 50 follower mark. Kind of been lagging on my amount of streaming lately, so I'm hoping I can make up for that over the weekend and hopefully push toward getting my 50. I'm at 35 at the moment, so yeah, certainly wanting to just push that a little bit harder, see if we can't get to there, and then get the subscriptions on the go, you know? The dream, you know? Yep, I don't have an answer to that one in hand. The seal away looks pretty rotten here, but see how we get on. Is this just the Reclamation deck? It just looks like the straight blue-green Nexus of Fate deck. Yep, that's exactly what it looks like. Yep. Let's see if we can either find land 5 or green, well, green source or any land 5. Yeah, sure, you got an opt. Sure. We'll just Reclamation of our own. Whack for 2. So if they start trying to cast Nexuses, we are going to syncopate them to get rid of them for good. Which is pretty good. I mean, like, if possible, obviously they're going to have a chunk of mana. But that's certainly going to be the aim. They're going to tap lots of mana. What you got? Yep, we don't have enough mana to counter that one, so we'll let that one go. I don't like how the interface actually says my turn when they've cast Nexus and they're taking another turn. Wish they would change that just to make it slightly friendlier. What have you got? Sure. Sure. You running counters as well? Wow, you're running counters as well. That's rude. Okay, now this is going to be pretty tough. With the Ascanta flip as well, they're going to get multiple activations a turn. Yeah, we just have to let that resolve too. Yeah, we're just gonna scoop them up. Like we're not entirely dead, but it's pretty difficult from here. But post board we have a lot of good answers. So we got to bring in Canopies, Deputy Detentions, Night of Autumns, Negates, Disdainful Strokes. Got to cut all of these cards that literally read do nothing in this matchup. What else do we want to cut? Blink of an Eye is probably too awkward, and Syncopate's probably not as good as the hard counters we brought in, so let's run that. On the play, I have to keep this on the play, I think. Green Source makes this hand excellent, and 2 Deputies is good interaction for their searches and their Wilderness Reclamations, so I feel like it's necessary. Yep. So land, found the land. Let's take this thing away from you. We found another land, which is great. Whack you in the face. I'd really rather you didn't, actually. Just don't want them to have their filtering at all. Search is a dangerous card for this deck. Yep, that's fine. We'll get to Canopy or Deputy it. Please stop doing that. Sure. Kill that one. Trying to disrupt them as best we can. I think we're doing a reasonable job. Bounce that guy, sure. Strange that they went for the Wilderness Reclamation rather than the Search for Ascanta, but maybe they're just going to try and combo. Sure. Kind of awkward if they have a counter here, but just need to take them off of this again. Yeah. Now we're just passing here. Ouch. Carnage Tyrant. That one's rude. Right, let's play a Hydroid Crassus for 5. No, I'm not going to block this turn. Can afford to take one hit, I think. Try and see what we can find. think we're going to have to cast this Frilled Mystic and double block, so... Going to take an opportunity to counter something if they cast something at end step. Ideal. It's exactly what we were looking to counter anyway, so that works quite nicely. Sure. They need to take multiple turns in a row to kill us with Nexus here, so they don't have a whole lot. They've got 2 cards. Got 1 card, Chemist's Insight. Chemist's Insight's a good one. It's going to give them 4 draws at it. Yeah, it looks like they've got it. Oh, no, they're still digging. Okay, I didn't get it. So, let's start with a Chemist's Insight. Let's see if this resolves. It does. Killing this? That's awkward. That's super awkward. Yep. You'll need to take 2 turns to kill me now. Sure. And this should be draw 2 as well. Got another one? No, not yet. Why are we rubbing in the BMs? That's fine. Right, let's move on again. This hand looks pretty good. Lead on the breeding pool, so we can play the negate off us on Petal Grove, so we don't have to shock for it. Sun Petal Grove and pass. Let's counter that. Get some value out of this negate while we can. Oh, we've hung a little bit. Yeah, you can do. Stefanos, you can do, indeed. We're lagging a little bit. It's the internet rather than Arena for a change. Dropping some frames. Probably just doing slightly too much with the internet just now. Can take a little bit of damage here, then hopefully get the Frilled Mystic, counter something. Otherwise we can draw some cards. Oh, I thought you meant an actual deck list, not like that. Don't think they've got counters for creatures in their decks, so they're usually just running Spell Pierce. Sure, hopefully they don't play an untapped land and we can just slam this to Teferi. Teferi is going to act like a distraction. Yep, sure. That means Teferi's down. Teferi, you did a good job. Well done. Teferi down. They got 4 in the yard, so they can flip one of these. We're not quite dead, but we're fast approaching it. Alright, let's tap the worst lands first. Auto tapper. Right, that's the gas we're looking for. So we just need to live through this one. That's not good. Should I have played Acrosses for one? I don't think so. Don't think we're winning that game if we play Acrosses for one. Maybe I'm supposed to hold the Chemist's Insight just to kind of hold up something else. Alright, what you got? You flipping one of these? If you're only flipping one of these, I'm okay with that. Yep. So I got a 1. Let's draft the board. Played the wrong land, never mind. Let's move on with life. Good evening, Stuart, how's it going? Oh, well, that was a bit of an anticlimax, wasn't it? Okay. Again, these Crushing Canopies are good in this matchup. We get to bring in Shalai and the Lyras. Don't really want the rest of these. Seal Away is pretty good. I don't really want the Gates. Syncopate is good enough just to be able to deal with the Drakes amongst some of the other thing. I guess we probably don't want the Syncopates either, actually. Or the Blink. probably just a Chemist's Insight. We're slightly more threat dense, we don't need them quite as much. Let's see how we get on. Oops. Come on, opponent. Come on, you can do it. Right, on the play. No, thank you. Need some lands. Ugh. That's rough. Well, that one's a snap keep. Don't really need more ghost spells, just need more lands, so. I think I kept spending money on stuff all the way up until I had all the cards I needed for constructed. It is definitely a weird name. His normal name's just about as weird. Don't worry about it, Stefanos. Right, we'd really love to find some lands here if this gets countered. Ugh, rude. Well, we'll take it. We will take it. Sure. Just a couple lands here, and then we're probably in reasonable shape. That's not a land either. Alright, we'll give it one more. If we miss another land, we will scoop them up. Well, we've drawn the Cleansing Nova, which is kind of the out, but I don't think we'll get there, but we'll keep going. And that doesn't do it either. Alright, on to another match. Let's give one more constructed and then we'll probably just go and do a draft just to mix things up a little bit. Try and do something a bit different. This hand's pretty good. Slightly slow, but double Wilderness Reclamation with Mystic and Hydrocrest is going to be pretty good. So lands and spells are going to be good from this hand. So definitely a keep. Alright, let's see what we're against here. Opt is fine. Still could be mono blue here. It could be the Drakes again. It could be some kind of control deck, I guess. Slightly less likely. They're less popular at the moment. Drakes. I think this is a better hand against Drakes. Assuming we find land 4. Yeah, it looks like Drakes again. What is everyone doing with their wonderful evening? The hottest February day in Scotland in 122 years. So what have you been doing with it? Enigma Drake, sure. We just play a Hallowed Fountain here, and then we get to start jamming stuff next turn. Hopefully we get to stick the seal away on this Drake next turn. That'd be good. Otherwise we get to, I guess we get to stick the Wilderness Reclamation, so... Probably not too bad any which way. Sure. We got the seal away. Let's see if he's got an answer. Hopefully it's dive down rather than hopefully it's spell pierce rather than dive down, because then it means that we get to stick something next turn, whereas spell pierce would have hit that. So okay, that's stuck immediately. So that means they've not got another spell, not got another instant. Otherwise, they could have potentially cast it. So it's good to know. Yeah, that one's fine. Maybe, am I supposed to counter that? Don't think I am. I think I'm just supposed to try and get this jam this angel in at some point to trade with this, and then try and move on from there. But sounds like a wonderful evening. It's what dreams are made of. Ouch, take a chunk there. Please cast some, please blast another creature. Yep, that'll do. Counter that one. Hopefully we draw an untapped land, and it means we get to play Teferi and Angel of Grace. So it means we've got 2 ways to try and deal with this Enigma Drake. Cool, so we'll do this, we'll cast Teferi, it's going to get countered, then we'll get to Angel in combat next turn. And if Teferi doesn't get countered, we tuck it, and we're not in as bad a shape as we were, so... If we have the dive down here again, we get to Angel of Grace, and it would have made a poor trade last turn anyway, so happy enough with that. Obviously, they've still got outs to be able to just kill us, but yeah, looks reasonable. Another untapped land would mean this Hydroid Crassus can come in with 4, gain us some more life. That'd be good. Non-alcoholic beer, you absolute animal. The good thing if this resolves, it means we don't die this turn regardless, so... But no, they didn't have anything, so that's good for us. Right, what have we got? That's a whole heap of lands, and a whole heap of nothing. So we go up to 9 here. And this is the point where we turn the corner. These don't matter. And with this deck, we turn the corner really quickly, so we shouldn't have to worry too much. Yeah, they saw the writing on the wall there, so that's fine. Right, so Drix again, Crushing Canopies in, Lyra's, Shalai, don't want the Syncopates, don't want the Blinks, don't want the Negate. And I think last time we cut Chemster, so let's do that again. I don't think the sideboarding was wrong. I think we just got unlucky in the previous one, so. I need to actually figure out what kind of monitors I've got, because I can never remember, and I really should start writing these things down, which is what I am trying to do. What have we got? 236 HR. No, not that one. Okay, I'm on opponent. Was able to figure out what monitor I had in at that time as well, and you're still not there. This one's awkward. I think this is a mull. Obviously, we've got lots of Frilled Mystics, but there's no early interaction, and the mana's awful, so... This one's much better. Got the top end answer we want, and a Hydroid Crassus, so can't complain too much about this one. Lyra's a good draw as well. Okay, you got a 0-4. Okay, this is strange. Never played one where they've not had the early cards to help them cycle, so our flyer's going to be bigger than theirs for the time being. Quite happy just to fog some damage and then either get the Lyra or the Cleansing Nova down. See what they play. Hopefully they tap out at some point and we can land the Cleansing Nova. Otherwise we're just going to keep playing creatures out. Yep, that's fine. Let's just jam Lyra. Don't think they'll have too many answers to this in theory, so... Especially seeing as they've only got one spell so far, so... Okay, they're still going. Come on, opponent. Well, it's going to be a dive down, isn't it? So I don't think it's worth blocking here. We get to play a much fairer game this turn, so let's do that. Did that work? No, it didn't work. Uh-huh. Don't mind me just figuring out how to do stuff on Twitch like a noob, it's fine, don't mind me. Come on, opponent. Sure. Beacon Bolt. I'd really rather you didn't. Aha, there we go. That's it working. Cool. So this is kind of what we were expecting. So we're gonna let this happen, and then we're gonna untap and we're gonna Cleansing Nova. So I go to 2 here, which is slightly risky. Do I want to go to 2? Maybe I'm just supposed to seal away the Crackling Drake. Can I stay at 10? Nah, let's just go to 2 and then we'll clear up the mess. Want to get this in while the going's good on it. Blow up the world. Whoa. Looks like that one. Alright, come on opponent, kill me so I can go and do something else. Well, let's just try and resolve Teferi. If they've got a Spell Pierce, they've got a Spell Pierce.
I know our responsibility. Let's skip to the good part.
They didn't have the Spell Pierce, so they're highly likely to have the Dive Down, so if they have the Dive Down, they have the Dive Down. Nothing else we can do to play around it, like the Hydroid Crosses just gets killed by Beacon Bolt, so... We'd like to resolve this one. Oh no! Alright, let's draft. Well, that's 1-all. This person plays so slowly, I forgot that we'd already... That wasn't the last game. Let's run it back. I don't know what else is worth putting in Nightbot. Any suggestions at all? Anything else I can put in there? Let's go with... this hand seems great. We start on the Hallowed Fountain, so we can cast the Growth Spiral, have all our mana. Charmander. Let's just Growth Spiral main phase, don't want to get countered, want to try and ramp up. Come on. Come on, opponent. You can do it. I believe in you. Right, should we get to counter something this turn, and then we land Lyra next turn? They don't have too many spells in the yard, so should be good on that front. Oh, snap counter that one. If you're casting that main phase. Damn right I'm countering that one. Really? Really? That's a really strange sequence. Really strange sequence. Jam Lyra down your throat. Hit you for 3, go. And then we get to play Hydroid Crosses for 4 next turn as well, which is great. Oh, come on. Sure, you got a 2/4. Yep, me, it's me. Oh, bloody lag. Ugh. I don't care anymore. Let's just get this game over with. Get on to something more interesting. It's massively relevant as well. An extra card. It's a 4/4. Just lagged on my click. Didn't recognize the last click. Play the Teferi. Ugh. Yeah, we still get to push through damage with the Lyra, so. like all these little nifty bots. Bots are great on this. Oh, come on. I've already punted the game, just hurry up. Well done, it resolves. Oh, come on. Should definitely have played the Shall I before combat, but hey ho. Shouldn't matter. Should just be chomping. Shall I? That now means they've got enough spells in the yard if they have to ditch one to have enough spells in the yard. Oh my god, that's a really difficult line. I can't believe you did that. Oh my god, come on, opponent. I'm just going to move on just so we can actually go and do something else tonight, because otherwise we're going to be there for another day and a half waiting for that guy to try and do anything, so... Alright, let's go and do a draft. What are we on? We're on Guilds of Ravnica. Let's do traditional. Oh, it's so much more. Well, let's just do the ranked one. I've got plenty of gold. Let's use gold. Right, what are we working with? Have they still not changed it so you can zoom in on these? Oh, they have. Okay. Omnispell Adept isn't very good. The Stalwart's quite good with Mentor. Minotaur's quite good. Of the commons, Whisper Agent's probably the best card. I'm between Stalwart and Whisper Agent, but I personally prefer Whisper Agent. Just goes into every deck. Hypothesis or Command the Storm are both okay, but Whisper Agent just goes in everything. So, right, this is an interesting one. So we've got Murmuring Mystic, which is a great one for the Is It Spells deck, and Golgari Finebroker, which is excellent in green black. I think Murmuring Mystic just it's close actually. Finebroker pushes us into green black. Murmuring Mystic leaves us open into blue, either blue black or blue red. Can potentially wheel like the Radical Idea or the Guild Gate or the Fire Urchin. Yeah, I guess we'll take this. Yeah, this one we've got. There's not a whole lot going on here. Certainly not a green card we want to pick. Wardrek Bodyguard's pretty good, but not ideal in spells deck. I think I just want to go with Electromancer and just try and hedge on that one just now. Necrotic Wound's not very good. I don't like the Imp either. Don't really like any of these cards. Cover Up's pretty good. albeit a little bit slow, but the other cards in this pack are Blade Instructor and Skyline Scout, and we're not really in for that at the moment, so let's pick that on a hedge. This pack's pretty appalling. Like, the old triple locket pack is never where you want to be. Well, let's pick a Leapfrog. See how we get on. The Unexplained Disappearance is the best card in this pack. Parhelion Patrol is pretty good. Menthic Vapors is fine. Just the Disappearance. The Root's pretty good. The Crab's fine. Crab's better in blue-black than it is in blue-red. Let's go with the Crab. I think it's better than the other options. There aren't that many gate payoffs in this set, so not too worried about the Gateway Plaza. We'll take the Locksmith just in case we are red at the end. And likewise, I think we'll... I guess we just take a Vapors in case we are black. We can kind of be a slightly more controlling deck. Disdainful Stroke's probably the best card for us there. Just take a Locksmith, and we'll just close this one out with a couple of picks here. Let's see if we get something more interesting here. So we've got Direct Current, Hypothesizal, Notion Rain. Notion Rain is not very good actually. Chromatic Lantern. I think Hypothesizal is the best card out of this. It's certainly the more splashable than Direct Current as well. If we ended up being black. So I think I'm going to pick this one. Crater Maker is fine, but not exceptional. Hypothesizal just turns a dead card into a removal spell, while also being a divination. Night Veil Predator is excellent and not close to the best card in this pack, so we'll take that one. Mission Briefing's fine, but yeah, Night Veil Predator is ridiculous, so let's go with that. Another Hypothesizal, so there's a Swiftblade Vindicator, which is nice, but Hypothesizal's nice. Try and go blue-black, and we'll just splash a couple of red cards off a couple of Guild Gates. House Guildmage is pretty good too. Capture Sphere is okay, but not amazing. Radical Idea is probably the best one here. Works well with a Mystic. The rest of the cards aren't particularly enthusing, so Sonic Assault is pretty good here. Works in a controlling deck as well as an aggressive deck, so if we end up not playing the black. Book Devourer is an interesting one. I think it's just another Vapor. No, we'll take the Gateway Plaza just in case we end up playing funny colours. Again. Same reason for that pick. Let's try and tidy this up a little bit. I'll just take an Izzet Locket. I'm not massively keen on playing an Izzet Locket ever, but might have to. Passwall Adept's fine. Not massively keen on any of these. Or these. I'll take a 2-drop. Bad Air is potentially fine if you get any of the Surveil payoff cards. So, Experimental Frenzy. This card's slightly more awkward in draft than it is in constructed, but it's still a ridiculous card, so we'll pick that one. Spybug's pretty nice, although we're gonna have to decide what we're doing with our mana, because at the moment we've got what two red cards at the top of the curve, and everything else is blue, basically mono blue. Spybug would be a nice one just to give us a little bit more direction, but I think it's the best card in the pack. Like, we could pick a Guildgate, would rather try and wheel them, try to be a little bit greedy. Oh, Camaraderie now as well. Could take another Disappearance here. Another Trick is fine. I quite like Pitiless Gorgon in the blue-black decks, but we're slightly too blue for that one, I think. So I think we're just on another Passwall Adept here. I guess we could just take a Dimir Locket that we could potentially play. Probably better than the second Passwall Adept. Piston Fist Cyclops is fine. It's just a mono blue creature. It's just going to be chunky. Dazzling Lights is pretty good. this deck's not really got there, so we'll need to get lucky in the games, I think. And we've not got the mana to go with it either, because none of the lands have wheeled like they used to, so. We already had that rare, so we get some gems. Right, so we don't want Barrier of Bones, I don't think. Don't think we're on that at all. We don't want the Candlelight Vigil. We're going to have to add cards, which is annoying. I think we have to play both those Lockets, and we need to play a Sonic Assault. We need to play these Gateway Plazas. Our mana's not very good, and probably need to play his Book Devourer, just to kind of have a way to win the game. Yeah, we didn't really get there with this draft, but let's... what's that leave us? That's 11 creatures with some stuff. Let's just go with this. I don't think we'll be at this very long, so let's just crack on. This hand's fine. Cyclops is going to be pretty good. Disappearance is going to let us play a little bit of a tempo game, so... And Hypothesis is a nice top-end card as well, so hopefully we can just push through them. Beat him up a little bit. Pelt Collector. Sure. Right, once I finish this draft, I'm going to call it for the evening. Viewer numbers not quite as high as I wanted, and yeah, I was just kind of getting frustrated with our constructed decks, so... I have some other stuff I need to do offline anyway, so... want to try and get this, some of this stuff sorted before the weekend, so... I didn't actually check the mana base, I just assumed that Arena put the right mana base in, so we could well get completely ruined by our mana. Oh, excuse me. Okay, you got a 2/4. I'm just going to pass. I don't think we need to do anything here. That's a land. Land is great here, so we're going to Hypothesis all. Going to kill. We're going to discard this crab, I guess, and kill the centaur. Whack them. Yep, you got a Pelt Collector again. Our hand's not great, so Book Devourer is going to fix that, because our deck's not very good, so we're just going to churn through our hand as much as we can. Yep, you got another 2/2. The old team of 2/2s. So we're going to play out the House Guildmage first, just so we can keep that guy around, but don't care about the Swamp and the Leapfrog, so... So this trigger on the stack, I actually don't care about the Unexplained Disappearance either, so let's just discard all 3 of these. Draw 3 new ones. That Passwell Adept is hilarious, because we're going to get to continue to churn through our cards with this Book Devourer. potentially just want to surveil my upkeep with this House Guild Mage now as well. Seeing as we know we're going to get to draw 2 cards. We're pushing through with that. So we're going to surveil. Don't want either of those. We're going to draw. DV's cover up's a nice one, so we won't surveil next turn. Book Devourer can't be blocked. Whack. Discard these. Really don't care about them actually. We don't care about those ones either, so... This is the best I've seen a Book Devourer be, but it's also the worst I've seen a deck be in a while, so... Those things are probably related. Siege Worm. Instant's lethal, right? For you. Play another swamp. We'll make any appropriate blocks to not die, and then Book Devourer is just going to kill them next turn, so... Oh no! Now I need to draw an instant. Instant means if the Cyclops is lethal, so that's fine. That's an interesting attack. Five, 6, 9, 10, 11. And then they're just dead on the crackback? Nearly dead on the crackback. Come on. So we'll take 5, 11, and then any instant means that this Cyclops can attack. And they should all be castable out of our deck, so we're going to surveil. This, they both do it, so that's fine. Leave them there. Draw a card. Tap this. Attack you. Sweet. That was a nice and easy one. Well, I guess this is a way to actually turn coins into gems, isn't it? This sounds fine. Like, obviously we don't have a black, but it's pretty good other than that. Might just throw this Dazzling Lights to surveil. If we were given the opportunity. Well, we'll cast the Gateway Plaza, which then means we can House Guild Mage next turn. Well, that's rude. Leapfrog. The Mirror Locket. Sure. Sure. Froggy Dad. So is it lock it into House Guild Mage? I'm sure they'll be super confused about what we're doing with our life, but... Wow, we're just cracking it main phase, sure. Guess we'll just do the same, apart from we'll hypothesis if they cast that thing we can kill with it, so... Spybug, sure. Kill your Spybug. You've got a centipede. Play a Cyclops and pass. Yep, I don't care about that one. Let's cast the Whisper Agent rather than using House Guild Mage. It gets one less deep, but probably worth it in the long run. Try and dig to our good stuff. Gonna take a couple hits off this bat. Let's start with this. Lands. I'm just going to take this and stop this bat from untapping. Yep, so these things don't really matter. No. Put this one and this one back in my deck. I'd really rather you weren't getting more cards off your disinformation campaign. That would be exceptionally rude. Alright, let's surveil. Okay, find a Book Devourer. That means I don't want to block. Cast the Book Devourer. Stop this thing from untapping. And pass. And then we can start trying to chew in with the Book Devourer. Find some good stuff to eat. Right. Right, we've got good cards to discard here, so we're going to plow in with this Devourer. Hopefully get a block off of this. Do you want to put them all in front? Oofed. Just going to make this thing small. And eat them all. Nom nom nom. Nom nom. And guess what? That guy's not untapping. Well, that was about as good as that could have gone. I'll just 3 for 1 yet. Not going to discard. I don't think I need to here. Now I'm going to discard this crab to kill it. Nom nom nom. Experimental frenzy, just on time for my opponent to concede. Oh, we're up to bronze 1. Look at that. Look at that. Oh, druid. Sure. Right, so we are at 2 wins. Let's keep going. Sounds pretty good. Pretty good. Yeah, we'll keep this one. So this is going to be a nice curve. We get to play Spybug on 2 and then Whisper Agent on 3. They're blue-green, sure. Boros Locket, sure. We'll leave that one on top. Gives us an extra surveil. What does that do? Makes a tap for any color. Sure. Sure. Okay. That one can go away. Think I'm in for another land here. Whack you. Alright, good. Tajik. So we need to kill Tajik, otherwise the other stuff doesn't actually do anything, so... The ability of Tajik means that we can't deal non-combat damage to other things, so the Hypothesis wouldn't have dealt any damage to the Sundew, but Sundew doesn't matter because it's got Menace anyway, so... Rampaging Monument, sure. Cast the old Leapfrog. Sure. You got it. Sure, this just doesn't actually affect anything, so... Yeah, sure. Things that, again, don't really matter. Why would you tap like that? If they don't block here, then we'll kill them. Don't need to do anything. Hold up counter spell. Try and kill them. Sure. Like, sure. Sure. I just don't need to do anything. They need to have it all, so they do need to have it all. Golgari Locket, sure, that's fine. Yep, you can draw some more cards. I don't think it's going to do anything for you. Go on, hit me. Yup. Cool. One more wing ranks us up to silver. For all that that's relevant. So from our deck that we thought was not going to be particularly good is working out not too bad. Don't really like these cards. Gonna mull this. This hand's awkward, but probably better. Book Devour is a good one to have with it. What on earth are these people playing? Some people playing some, let's say, unique choices of cards today. Okay, you're the Undergrowth deck, but doesn't mean you want to play Wand. Go on, use your wand. Trooper's fine. Sure. I'm gonna save this Dazzling Lights to try and get a trick out of them at some point. Okay, Izzet Locket's kind of awkward, but at least it means that we get to cast the Devourer next turn, so... As we've said already, our deck's not particularly good, so we will take our opportunities to ramp up a little bit. This is like one of our more I wouldn't say best cards, but it's certainly one of our better cards that helps us churn through our bad cards that we're having to play. Oh yeah, keep milling. We may as well counter this. May as well. Yeah, take the damage. Colette, if you're listening, you're now a moderator. Good luck. Alright, Book Devourer. We've got a 4-3 of Doom. He wants to eat your books. Desperate to eat your books. Alright, have you got another one of these Undercity Uprisings? Hopefully we can blow them out with the dazzling lights. Kind of looks like that's what they're shaping up to do. No, okay. Yep. Oh my god, stop with the self-mill. Doesn't achieve anything. I think I'm just going to cash in this Dazzling Lights now that we don't have the Book Devourer. I definitely want the Night Veil Predator. Don't want the Passwall. Oh, I don't have double black. That's a mistake. Whoops. Another Trooper, sure. Let's see what we get. Crab's going to be a reasonable one, but I think we're probably just too far behind. They're going to get hit us for 4 here. I guess they're not going to have too many cards, so potentially the Crab just holds these things up if they don't have anything else. Okay, you gain a chunk of life. Your life doesn't really matter. If I'm going to win by going over the top, so I got an 8. Could do with drawing another creature. That one will do, I guess. Alright, what's the last card you've got? No attacks. No attacks is amazing for me. And that's an amazing draw again. You just get to make infinite chomp blockers at different points. Hopefully we draw... we'll see how the turn goes if they do something. Hatchery Spider. Right, we'll see what they hit. They hit a Lurcher. That's kind of good for them. I'm going to try and hold this Radical Idea. Because we are going to need everything to be able to get out of this now, so... Need to find a swamp so we can play this Predator first of all. Yeah, sure. Like, you're not doing anything, so pass it over to me. Give me back control. I intend on surveilling, don't worry. And that's not the answer. That doesn't do it either. So let's draw a card, make a token. Another land, skip them up. Yeah, our awful mana cost us that one, so. Let's go again. We'll have a go with this one. Yeah, being able to potentially turn 3 Piston Fist, turn 4 Sonic Assault off the, or turn 5 off the locket. Having played a Spybug's probably going to be fine, so reasonable hand. Opponent's mulliganed. Opponent's a higher rank than us. Yep, you have a 0-3 of Doom. Murmuring Mystic's a great one too. Assuming this is just getting cycled. Nope, okay. Poke you in the face. Just gonna play at the Murmuring Mystic. We're just gonna try to go wide in the air. They're just not doing anything. I don't understand. What have you got for 5? You got a Golgari Locket for 3, sure. What else have you got? Just dying. I feel like you've got to have something. Yeah, sure, okay. Sure, you've got a 6-4. That's a strange noise. Hit you for 8. GG. That was a nice and easy one. Oh, look at that. Look at that. We must be pro or silver now. What are we at? I think I've got all the rares and mythics from Guilds of Ravnica, so opening those boosters will just give me gems, which would be nice. Yikes. We'll keep it because the Gateway Plaza just turns on our mana, but kind of rough. Need some lands. I just don't understand what half of the people are playing. Like, why are you playing this card? Well, you dug me to a land, which is fine, but do not understand. Another one of these things. People loving these tonight. What on earth? Like 3 completely unplayable cards. Sure. Really don't know how best to describe what they're doing. Let's just try and beat them in the face. Not too many turns to kill them with Leapfrog and Pass While Adapt, so hopefully that gets there, and certainly until we find something else. I'll bounce it, I'll do it. Interesting. Well, that's the best card we've seen out of them yet, so... Oh, Planeswalker, wonderful. Kill my Leapfrog. Need to pick this up, back up, otherwise we're just not getting anywhere. Could do with drawing our Frenzy. Frenzy would be nice, just try and rip a couple off the top. Yep. you sacking? Lands?
Except me.
What are you saying, Vraska? What are you saying? Oh, come on. Why would you sacrifice that? Vraska should be trading with one of these. I think. No. Stop trying to kill my stuff. Well, we're definitely not binning that, so... Alright. Nailed it. Now let's play a crab. Crab of Doom. Look at him. Most lethal crab in the world. Izoni. Well, you only have 2 things in the graveyard, so it's not the end of the world. We're just going to whack with everything. Need to whack them as hard and as quickly as we can. They've got bombs. Got no good blocks unless they want to double block the House Guild Mage, so happy with that. Yeah. Child of Night is rude. Stop getting life. Ugh. Stop it. Oh my god, stop. They definitely should have thrown a Child of Night at that just to gain some life. Right, I think it's surveilling the upkeep time. Let's see what we can hit. Well, neither of those are going to do it. I'll go away. draw. That's a reasonable one. Right, so I think we're still surveilling. See if we can find a better spell. We can't. Spybug. Spybug's fine. Spybug means at least get to push through in the air. And the Surveil is going to grow it, so it's a 2-turn clock. So it means they're going to have to do something either with Azoni sacking the things or by throwing these at me. So forces them to do something. Strange to attack with both. Right, so you don't gain life from the attack. That was a strange sequence. Sure, I'll discard all my cards. Don't kill my Spybug. No. Yeah, we're still surveilling on upkeep. I think I'm going to put them in this order. Another Child of Night. They're like the Child of Nights, eh? We don't need to cast any of that. We don't need to surveil because we know what we're casting, so... Really out of cards. Managed to surveil a lot of lands away. That's a 4/5. Doesn't get through my crab. Attack you with my untouchable thing. Cast Murmuring Mystic, and I get to Radical Idea, end of turn. Make another flyer. And then we've got enough of an overlap, so they're going to have to start eating stuff with the Azoni again. I mean, they've got, what, that's 9 lands. If they'd milled any lands, 1 land, so 10 lands. They should still have 7 and 12 cards, 7 and 14 cards. So they're 50% lands. We've got 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Well, that's reasonably large. to make your Devourer of Light absolutely massive. Look at it, it's huge. Ah. Just gonna block with a token. Right, we'll see what we draw first. This thing isn't doing anything anymore. We actually want to keep the flyer for the clock. We surveil again. Experimental Frenzy is our rare left in our deck, and we really don't want to draw that one, so... don't want either of those either. We've got 4 cards left, they've got 11 cards left. We're on 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So I think we're 50% lands. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I'm not going to block this one. Need to be cautious of that. But at the moment we've got lethal, so... Sure. Dark error, buddy. Okay, that game wasn't particularly interesting, but we beat the Bomby Rare and the Bomby Mythic, so, you know, our deck must be amazing. Must be amazing. We know it's not, don't worry. Okay, so we're on to 5 wins with this absolute pile. So let's try and run up the next 2, and then we'll call it a night. Sure. I knew I had the Hypothesis all from memory, I just couldn't remember what the other card was, which was the Book Devourer. Seeing as you've messaged in chat, Stuart, I forgot that that will actually show everything left in deck. Is that how that works? Sure. This deck is outstanding. It's a 10 out of 10. You'll draft these cards every time in this order without fail. I mean, look at this. We're totally going to be able to cast this Night Veil Predator on 4 because we're going to draw Island Swamp. That's how this is going to go. That's how this is going to go. If you say it enough, it's what's going to happen. So we're going to draw Island Swamp, and we're just going to go turn 4 Night Veil Predator. Don't care what's going on. Well, that one works too. We'll just that's one step closer to the turn 4 Night Veil Predator. Another step closer. Veiled Shade, sure. Man, this guy's gold. He must be good. Alright, Leapfrog. Veiled Shade's kind of awkward if they play another Swamp, which they do, so we can't block that one. Might actually end up having to play the Crab just to try and do something about this Shade. Oh, we ain't blocking. block it. Sure. Sure. That's a thing, I guess. So we weren't lucky enough. We didn't hit our our blue or black source, so we could cast the Nightfall Predator. But Wish Coin Crab's probably better here anyway, just because it holds back this Veiled Shade a little bit. If they have another land, then we can just throw in the double block. Enhanced Surveillance, eh? Right, we're going to lead on the House Guild Mage here. Hold up this Disdainful Stroke. And the Dazzling Lights. Dazzling Lights could get them in combat here as well, so a couple of options. You got a land. And you're drawing 2 cards, sure. Jam Nightveil Predator. It's rare they can deal with this, so there aren't many cards in the format that deal with it, so. How's everyone doing in chat tonight? This is probably going to be our penultimate game of the night. We're on an absolutely mediocre blue-black deck, but we're kind of doing stuff with it, so can't complain too much, I guess. Let's use this Hypothesis. Just want to kill this. This thing can go away. Kill this Darkblade Agent before it gets any value. And whack for 6 in the air. They have a lot of Surveil payoffs, but I haven't actually seen any cards with Surveil on them yet, so hopefully they don't actually have any, because otherwise they're going to have some stuff to be able to do with it. Attacking. Rude. Need to pump this 3 times, then we just get to Dazzling Lights to stop it from dying, and basically just using this as a tempo play just to completely tap down their mana for the turn. Murmuring Mystic is excellent. Do I need another land? No, I don't think I need another land. We're on 13. Alright, Murmuring Mystic. Radical Idea. Okay, they could have blown us out with the Dazzling Lights of their own there, but they didn't have it, so works for us. Cool. One more to go, and we can win with this absolute pile. So we're playing for 100 gems and a pack. 100 gems and a pack of magical cards. Sounds marvelous, doesn't it? This one's fine. We can cast all our spells in our opening hand. Cyclops is fine too, so... Whisper Agent is one of the better cards in our deck, so... Mesmerist is one of the worst, but hey-ho. Shieldmate. Well, hopefully we get to trade off our absolutely appalling Mesmerist for their slightly appalling... I guess we potentially push through that, but it's only 2 at a time. Don't really care. Just block. Locket of Doom. Locket of Doom. Right, just to show them that we're a powerful magician, let's play the 3rd basic on turn 3. Piston Fist Cyclops. A creature with Defender can't attack. Burglar Rats, that's rude. Want to keep the spells. Can hold up the Disdainful Stroke here. Sure. Things I do not care about. Let's just pass. We'll hold up the Disdainful Stroke again, then we'll Hypothesis will end of their turn and kill this Plague Crafter, and then we get, unless we get something juicier. What have we got? Two dudes in the yard. Oh, definitely ready for my bed. It's been a long day. Been a long day. Sure. Killed that one. Alright, let's just play the Frenzy, because, you know, love to live life on the wild side. Live life on the edge. Like, our hand's pretty good if we need to blow up this Experimental Frenzy, so... Oh, can opponents stop having a Zonies when I tap down past my Disdainful Stroke? Right, I'm fed up with these lockets and I just need to cast this, so let's put this back in the deck. I don't care about the rest. I'd love to shuffle that back in. Okay, don't care about that one. Need to see a couple of good ones on top here. Otherwise you have to blow this up, which feels real bad. Blow up this one. You've got your 2/2. You've got your other 2/2. Okay, we got a little bit of value out of that, but probably hindered us more than anything else. But if they don't have anything else, we're in reasonable shape. So it depends what their last two cards are. Obviously, they got these lockets they can turn into some gasoline at some point as well. Sure. Rude. So I get a 4. Can we make enough tokens with the Murmuring Mystic? Is the question. Can make... Yeah, we can live if they have nothing. But they have to have stone cold nothing. I actually have to use Sonic Assault or I die. We're currently doing reasonably well in this draft. We are 1 win away from 7 wins. Yeah, not doing too bad. Not doing too bad, but obviously this one's not looking amazing. Our Experimental Frenzy was definitely experimental in this one, so only so much you can do. Right, can we play out 3 creatures? We can play out 3 creatures, so let's do that. Or am I better off? Are we better off playing... we just play out 3 creatures. Right. Opponent, you're not allowed to have anything. Go. Attacks with everybody. Let's make sufficient blocks so we don't die. This is the best set of block. Oh, stop it. Moving about. This is the best set of blocks for not dying immediately. Means I have to pump here. Means I keep the Night Veil Predator about as well. Another one of those. That's... I got 2 more of those. Yeah, we did. Yeah, that one didn't go quite according to plan, but we've got one more to try and get our 7 wins out of this draft. So let's try and finish that off. Thanks everyone for watching tonight. Been a reasonably good stream. We had a little bit of success with the Bant deck in Standard, and then kind of just got a bit bored with it, so moved on to Draft, and our Draft deck is appalling, but we seem to be winning anyways, so you know that's always good. Oh no. You have a 1/1. Alright, Passwall Adept. Holds back the world. The little adept that could. we need to find some of our better cards because these aren't them. Skyline Scout's a good one for them. It's probably like our hand's not very good, so we may as well play out the Frenzy. It's kind of awkward if we don't hit spells we can cast, but like our hand's like pretty poor anyway, so it's not like it's a massive issue. Right, you got a 4/3. Alright, throw that thing away. Leave that on top so we can play it. Play that one off the top as well. We're just going to try and keep this on board for a couple of turns. Try and get some more value out of it, and then like the fact that this trade's here is great. Which means that we're in such a reasonable position regardless of the fact that we're not doing a whole lot. Guess we can actually hold that Whisper Agent. Potentially make some blocks in combat with it. See what they do. They might want to like kill this main phase and then attack with everything. Yeah, that's exactly what they're trying to do. So they're not going to expect us to flash this in mid-combat. So they're going to attack with the Ceratok only, I'd imagine. Which we then get to play this. Devious Cover Up on the top. Yeah, I guess we want to draw that. We'd rather have that for later on than not, so. Let's play a Crab out. Disdainful Stroke on top is fine. Means if we play something big, we get to counter it. Like that. Go away. Yeah, this is about as good as a Frenzy gets in Limited. It's been pretty nuts. Right, what else we got? Hypothesizzle, that seems about spot on. Let's discard this awful card, kill this one. Play a land off the top. Right, that's us out of gas there. But we've drawn so many lands, so like our deck should be a fair chunk of spells still. Probably need to blow this up in the next turn or two. See if we can't eke some more value out of it. Not that we need much more, but you know, it's been pretty good. They've also just got Stone Cold Nothing now, so. Right, so we got Leapfrog, let's cast that one. Guess we can actually just bounce one of these things, get out of the way. I don't want Gateway Plaza. Play a Mountain, play a Spybug. This Frenzy wasn't quite as experimental as the last one, so it seems. They've maybe mastered their experimentation. Right, let's discard another land. And then next turn I think we're going to have to blow this up and then start using cards from our hand because we are low on cards in library. Yep, you got a 2-1. You have a 3/3. Let's discard Dazzling Lights. Kill this one. Blow this up. I intend on killing them in not a whole lot of time, so. Frenzy's a difficult one to work around in Limited, but it tends to be that these kind of spells that are giving you extra card advantage over time tend to be really good. So even though it was like the previous round, it was really awkward, just not giving us a whole lot of spells. But this one, it's been significantly better, giving us quite a lot to be able to do. Right, so we're going to... What do we got? We're one mana shy of what I... Oh no, I've got the locket as well, so that's fine. So we get to Predator. Then we get to Sonic Assault this thing. Make a token, smash face for 1,000,000. So now they need a card that doesn't exist. Oh, gain 4 life. Stop it. Alright, you're on 7. Tap this one. Discard this one. Smash. Cool. Well, we got our 7 wins from that. Our deck was awful, so, you know, we'll definitely take that. Definitely one of the worst decks we've managed to pull off 7 wins with on this, so. Annoyingly, they still haven't fixed the thing, so you can't actually see your draft deck after you finish the draft. So if you do want to see it, you have to go back earlier in the video to see it while we're drafting it. Everything goes up on YouTube anyway, so you can catch that on there if you so wish. Let's see what we get out of our packs. Oh no, we've still got some mythics to get. Things I forgot existed was Mnemonic Betrayal. And then a rare wild card. Sweet. So yeah, the Bant deck was interesting. Certainly think there's something in here. I don't know what necessarily the configuration of cards is for this, but feel like this is a good start. Gives us quite a lot of options with Wilderness Reclamation and Chemist's Insight. These are really nice together. Just lets you get ahead on so much cards. Hydroid Crashes obviously lets you get ahead on cards later in the game, and then hold up stuff like Frilled Mystic and Absorb just to be able to interact with them on their turn. And then the sideboard obviously gives you some extra options in Negates, Disdainful Strokes, Canopies for some of the decks with flyers and enchantments, and Shalai and Lyra for the aggro matchups. Burn can't beat Shalai ever. Just for reference, like these cards, just these 6 cards, Burn just can't deal with, which is hilarious. So we've got a really good red matchup, which is good. Right, that's a wrap for tonight. So thanks everyone for watching throughout. This will be up on YouTube Archive later on. It's up in the Twitch Archive as well after that. Check out all the links below. There's some links to some useful websites and stuff. And then there's Nightbot stuff that you can see the links that I've got in there as well. I should be able to stream over the weekend as well, so we'll see how we're doing it over the weekend, but should be on a couple of times at least over there. So again, thanks very much everyone for watching, and we will catch you next time.